4 years. It's finally 4 years of the game shelf. It's hard to believe, because I honestly at first did not expect this to get this far, because this channel was made when I was in some of my worst in college, and I just wanted to do something I've always wanted to sort of try. So you could say this was an idea that maybe as a hobby, but it evolved into something more, because I mean, look, it's 4 years of videos. I already have over 100 videos on the channel. That's honestly nothing to scoff at, especially when each episode has its own process behind it. Play the game, write the scripts, recording, and editing. So yeah, I am impressed. This has lasted this long, I mean, so what can I say? I can honest to God, I cannot say I am where I want to be, because I've been here 4 years and I am still stuck on 7,000 subscribers. Like, I don't know, I feel honestly that I should be a bit higher, you could say, but well, it's a very competitive area. It's a super oversaturated market, you could say, the whole video games, because you have the streamers, the reviewers, so standing out is honestly very difficult, but I am proud. Still, regardless, I am proud of what I have made. I mean, when you look at my first video and how everything has been evolving, and you watch my most recent ones, it's a clear difference that I have come a very long way, and that's one of the things that make me say that it has been worth it. And not just that, the fact that I know my numbers are not exactly super high, but I am still grateful for the people who have supported me this far. I mean, you could say it's a small fan base, but it's a very good one, a very, very good one. I think not just fans, I think I have made a ton of good friends through this channel, and you could say you guys have been the fuel that keeps motivating me to keep going, because it makes me so happy, to see you. Hey, I was going through a tough time and your videos made me happy. Hey, I was never thinking about playing this game, but your enthusiasm is so contagious, now I want to play it. So yeah, that's part of the things that keep me going. And know that every time you watch a video, leave a like and whatever, it seriously makes me say, I can do this. I can totally do this. I've been here for 4 years. I am still not where I want to go. I think that if I didn't have that support, I would have given up already, but luckily that hasn't been the case, and you guys are the best people I could ask for to be here to support me. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I am very grateful for these 4 wonderful years. They have been ups, downs, everything, but that's part of life, and I am happy to have been living them with you. So what's prepared for the future of the channel? Uncertainty. But I'll tell you something. I am working harder than I have ever worked before, because I am a graduate from college. I hated college, I already told you that story. I did not like my career, and I lost more than I won by going to college. It was not worth it at all. So, but now that I am a graduate, I need to make the money, So I'm working full time on the channel. I want to keep delivering new ideas, more videos, more content that you guys can enjoy. So what else can I say other than any kind of support is appreciated, When you watch a video to its fullest, even if you leave it playing in the background, that also helps me. When you like it, even when you comment is actually a huge help. And even, I know this is not something that everyone can do, but in case you can, well, the Patreon. The Patreon has been a huge help, because thanks to that, in conjunction to what I went through YouTube, I've been able to pay for, gym, nutritionist, therapy, especially therapy, because without it, I don't know where I'll be right now. But thanks to the fact that I win some income through the channel and Patreon, it mental health is super important, and I am so happy I can afford it. Especially because when you compare Mexico to, I don't know, the US, therapy here is honestly super affordable if you win a decent amount of money. So, yeah, still, if you want to also support the channel through Patreon, know that it goes to a good cause. But again, it's only if you can. If you cannot do it, it's not mandatory, and know that there's many other ways you can support the channel. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. So, okay, it's the 4th anniversary, and quite frankly, I was so hyper-focused on many other things, I even forgot February was supposed to end earlier, and I was like, oh shit, it's the anniversary already, what am I supposed to do? So, I wanted to try something that I'd never done before, a Q&A. I don't think I've ever done that. I have involved my friends with the videos, like with the Halloween one, that one was very good. But this is something that I wanna try, so let's not lose more time. I asked on my personal Facebook, I asked on the community tab, ask me anything. So now I'm gonna answer what many people have asked me? Yeah, have asked me. So let's see, let's start. Luis Velasquez here asks, what's a video game that helped you through a very difficult time of your life? For me, it was Persona 3, as ironic as it sounds. XD. That's honestly not something I can answer with just one concrete game, because I have gone through rough patches through all my life, and there's always been that one video game that has helped me. But if you want to talk about the most recent one, Yakuza Like a Dragon, because the story, Ichiban Kasuga. Ichiban Kasuga is a main character that I fell in love with, and I can easily say he's one of the best. Because Yakuza 7 has many different themes. And I think what the most important one that clearly resonated with me is that no matter how low you can be in life, there's always a way forward. Or as the quote that made me cry said,
once you're at rock bottom, the only place to go is up. There's no shame in being at the bottom. All that matters is how you decide to climb back out of the darkness. There's always a ray of hope up there.
That hits hard. That genuinely hits hard. I love Yakuza Like a Dragon. So anyway, Ian here asks, are you Mexican or gringo who knows Spanish very well? XDDDD. What's your favorite video and the one you like the least? Okay, I am Mexican, born and raised. I've been practicing English since I started playing video games, so that means since I have memory. But that's a video I want to make someday when I get 10,000 subscribers. How I learned English through video games. So if you want to see the reality, let's keep those numbers going. Favorite videos? I honestly have 3 in particular that I'm super proud of. The Latin American representation video, which is also tied to the Mexican representation video, the Fire Emblem tier list video, and there was, the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 one. I am super proud of those because those were videos that I wanted to do for a very long time. Like, the Fire Emblem tier list video is a project I've been wanting to do for 3 years, and I'm not kidding, almost 3 years. Maybe after Three Houses released, I wanted to do that. Latin American representation and Mexican representation videos, because I'm Latino and I want people to know that there's good representation out there, not just Mexico. There's more out there that can make us feel identified. And I especially wanted to deliver the message that, hey, dumbass from Twitter, whatever, Reddit, I don't care. We, as Latinos, love our representation. Do you see a mariachi? Do you think it's racist? It's not, you fucking dumbass. We like that. We loved seeing that. Even if it's a stereotype, if it's done well, we will love it. Take that in mind, please, because next time you are getting offended on our behalf, I'm gonna find where you live. Alright, Josué Alfredo asks, any question, where did the idea for this channel and the video game screenshots out of context page was born? I love you. Okay, video game screenshots was born because I used to admin a page, Captain Olimar, but Facebook kinda killed those character-based pages, and I honestly loved adminning a page. So one day, after making the channel, maybe, some months later, I wanted to try something, and I realized, hey, why has nobody made a video game screenshots page already? So I tried it. It was a hit, and yeah, it's still active to this day. I post very frequently. I even use it as you could say, a way to bring people to the channel. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, but when it works, well, it's better than nothing, you could say. As for the channel, it was born because on Facebook, I love expressing my love for video games, like in general. But in social media, I will always love like, hey, I beat this game and I love it, it's so cool. And one day, a friend of mine from Brazil, I still won't go to Brazil, by the way, maybe later, told me, hey, I really love the way in which you express your love and hatred for video games. Have you ever considered making a YouTube channel? And as a matter of fact, yeah, making a YouTube channel is something I wanted to do from maybe 2016 or 15. In one of those years, I wanted to try it, but I wasn't confident enough. But my friend from Brazil sent me that message and I was like, I'll try it. It also helped that I was just getting fired from my old job at a video game store, for unfair reasons, by the way, so I got my compensation and I used that money to buy the equipment, and that's how the channel was born, starting with Super Mario World, which is like one of the most iconic video games for me. I think it was the first game I ever played, but I'm not entirely sure of that. But I like to pretend it is. Alright, now let's go to Facebook. Mary asks, how did you get your videos out so fast? The scripts and editing are so good. I always thought they'd take a super long time. First of all, thank you very much for telling that about my videos. Second, it's because I am working full time of them. I already graduated from college 3 months ago, so I really want to make a living out of this because I love it. Most important of all, I love it. I always think ahead, I always have to have an idea and I dedicate full time to this. Still, I take my breaks to, go to the gym, work out, take care of myself, visit my friends. But if recently I've been pouring video after video after video and they match your quality standards, it's because of that. I work non-stop, and I can even say that I even overwork myself at times, but that's part of the job and I won't stop until I get that success I want. Matthew, what's your priority for a script? What makes you decide when and how to do physical skits over vocal skits? I think it just flows naturally. As for the script, I simply have to think. What makes this video game so special? How does that reflect on me? And how can this potentially reflect on other people? So what I always look is why. Why does the game make me feel the way I do? And objectively, what are its strengths and weaknesses? That's usually what I always aim. And not gonna lie, it's always one of the hardest parts about making a video. Writing the script. What makes you decide when to do physical skits or vocal skits? It just flows, It just flows. Sometimes it's because the idea came like this, and how do I put this? I don't want to force comedy, and I know I have done that myself in the past, unfortunately, and maybe I'll keep doing it at times, but I just want the comedy to flow naturally. So what will be better, a physical skit or a vocal skit? That's it, not much science behind it. Anthony, would you ever consider doing retrospectives of your favorite series, like the Dead Rising series 1 to 3, for example? Thing is, I have done that in the past. With Devil May Cry, when 5 was about to release, I reviewed 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason I still haven't done retrospectives again in the same fashion is because those videos were a huge failure. It makes me very sad because I fucking love Devil May Cry, but those are some of the worst performing videos I have, so maybe once the channel is bigger, I can. But if you're curious about Dead Rising, I still have more ideas because it's a franchise I fucking adore, and I'm still sad it's dead. John Michael, when is the Wario video? Maybe someday. I love Wario, but I have not played that many Wario games outside of WarioWare, so I apologize for that. I need to fix that. Alright, Gato Brujo from YouTube wants to know, is the admin single? Yes, for the past 23 years. Okay, so Danielle from Facebook is asking me, was it hard to get into video editing? Yes and no, because you see, I've been editing videos since early middle school. I used to have another channel, but let's keep that as lost media, believe me. But back then, it's how I started to learn how to edit videos. Of course, naturally, it's challenging, but at the same time, it wasn't, but that's mostly because I use Vegas. And Vegas is an extremely user-friendly software to edit videos. So, yeah, my answer is yes and no. As long as you're determined, you can do it. And if you have questions on how to do a specific thing, Google it and you'll be surprised. And after you do it once, it'll flow so naturally. Of course, my editing skills aren't exactly the most impressive ones, but hey, they're serviceable, I think. I would love to get better at some point, but yeah. As for the basics, no, believe me, it's super natural to get into it, especially if you use Vegas. Roland, what's something you want to say to any content creator starting out that you wish someone had said to you? The thing is, I will say, even since the beginning, I've had a ton of good support, a lot of good feedback, but my problem is that sometimes I am so dense and it takes a lot of time for me to really take the advice that others are giving me. For example, my friends, Jairo, Mike, and many others, they always tell me, just do videos about anything. Always keep pouring new videos. It doesn't matter if they're shorter. It doesn't matter if it's your opinion about something else. For example, the quick shelves, which are just a new thing on the channel, they've been telling me that for a long time and I am just making them. So what I recommend you, what I can tell you is that if someone gives you advice, listen to it well, take whatever is really useful and truly commit to that advice, because yeah, I think that's one of my main issues, that sometimes it takes me a long time to truly heed the good stuff that my friends have been telling me. And of course, any type of feedback is usually good. So if someone tells you that your videos suck, maybe there's a reason for that. Ask them why. And if they give you a lot of good constructive criticism, think, how can you get better? That's my advice to you. Okay, Anas. Hey, Game Shelf, what did you think of my cat? He looks pretty, handsome, and he looks very polite. Shaden, what's the most frustrating thing about the video making process, besides random editing software crashes? Well, yeah, besides the crashes, I will say creator's block. It's horrible when you go 3 days resting and you still have no idea what to do, so that's super frustrating. But even then, during the whole video making process, I can think, for example, when I write a script, when I just don't know how to express the idea, because sometimes it takes me an hour to write just one paragraph, and it's especially harder because English is not my native tongue, so you have to think how to use the right words to deliver the message you want to say. And even then, even to this day, after so much practicing of the English and all that, I can still fuck up a few times, but again, not everything is perfect. Eduardo, since you play lots of games, have you ever thought of making one? If it's a yes, what kind of game would you try to make? Here's the thing. I thought to do so at some point, but I realized it was not my calling. I think playing video games is better than me thinking about making one. So I think my job is better to judge the games, tell people what's so good and bad about them. So I even went to a career kind of related to that, and I failed miserably, and I realized, okay, making video games is clearly not my thing. So, but that doesn't mean I can't find a profession out of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Maxi, which Game Shelf video was the most fun to make? Which are you most proud of how it came out? I already sort of answered that, but if we want to talk about the most fun to make, it was the Latin American representation video, because yeah, it's something I clearly wanted to do. I wanted to demonstrate there was more cool representation outside of Mexico. But what I like the most is that so many people were involved. For example, I think, well, I have a ton of friends from different countries from Latin America. Chile, Argentina, Puerto Rico, you name it. So I contacted them. Hey, do you want to participate on the next video? The next game show? Yeah, what do you want me to do, man? Okay, remember my Mexican representation video? Pretend you're doing that. I want you to think of good representation of your country so I can put them on the video. So I had to, you could say, constantly be in contact with them. Hey, Jonathan, how's the Puerto Rican stuff going? And he's like, oh, Miles Morales. I fucking love Miles Morales because he's from Puerto Rico and his house was so full of Puerto Rican culture. My friend from Argentina, Pili, how's this going? Okay, I couldn't find much from Argentina itself, but I found that this Argentinian guy composed music for this game, for The Last of Us, so I didn't know that, and that's impressive. And I think that's what I like the most about making that video, the fact that people got more involved and they really wanted to see their countries represented. So yeah, that one was very meaningful for me. Alright, my dear friend Autumn wants to know, how do you get your ideas? Do they just pop into your head one day and you commit, or do they form over time? Both. Both, as a matter of fact. There's some videos I've been wanting to do for a very long time. You could say I already mentioned that. But sometimes it just happens. It just happens. I am playing a video game and I'm like, hey, I can make a video out of this. So it happens. But something I've been doing recently is that I tend to write on this notebook ideas that pop into my mind. And if I am ever low on ideas, I just come here and, oh, yeah, I can make a video about this. So yeah, this notebook has honestly been very useful. So that's pretty much how I get my ideas. All right, this one is super personal. This is Sam asks, what's been your favorite memory while on YouTube since creating your channel? So, as a content creator, my two biggest inspirations have been the Angry Video Game Nerd and Some Call Me Johnny. So basically, almost 3 years ago, my father unfortunately passed away. And as you will expect, I was sad, I was depressed, I didn't want to do anything, work on the channel, whatever. And one day, my friends Maka and Nova RB, whose channels you should totally follow by the way, they sent me a video, a message video. It was Some Call Me Johnny telling me to keep going with the channel, that I just had to continue. He was basically motivating me to keep working as a content creator, and I won't lie, that honestly made me cry. It motivated me, and that's one of the main reasons I'm still here. And it's funny because Johnny probably doesn't even remember I exist or he even recorded that message, but it means a lot to me. Because, you know, when one of the people you admire the most sends you a message like that when you're at your lowest, it helps. It helps. So my next objective is to get him to notice me, that I exist, and maybe, I don't know, play Sonic All-Stars Racing. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I appreciate that Maka and Nova RB did that for me. And Johnny too, of course. It was enough to make me cry. Okay, I think I'll just stop here to not make this video overly long. So, I'm very sorry if I didn't answer your question, but hey, if you enjoyed this video, I can consider making more Q&As in the future. I will personally love that, but hey, you guys keep the final call, and maybe in the future we can make more like this. So, to conclude, 2022 is a year full of uncertainty because I might have to take a decision that will change the course of my life very heavily. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's something very heavy that I don't know what will happen, but at least I can promise you two things. I will let you know how that thing is going, if it happens, and I won't forget the channel. And I am not saying that in a way that, oh, I will abandon it. No, I still want to keep working on this. And even if I take that decision, I'll try my best to continue this because it's my dream. It's my dream. It's what I want to do. This channel is the thing that genuinely makes me feel alive when I do it. So I don't plan to abandon this anytime soon, but I still want to aim for more things. That's why there's this decision floating around, and I'm also fighting for that. But hey, who says I can fight? I can't fight for two dreams. So anyway, as usual, well, thank you so much for being part of this, guys. It seriously means a lot to me. I don't know where I'll be if I hadn't made this channel, if I didn't go to therapy, if you guys weren't supporting me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. It's seriously, it means a lot. It means a lot. So anyway, so in the meantime, there's still more projects on the way, more videos I want to make, and I hope I'll be seeing you there to support the content. And yeah, I think I'm just going in circles here. Anyway, thank you so much for the 5th time, I think, and take care. And here's for another great year for the game shelf. Let's give our best, everyone.